difficulty was, yeah, it was good.
How does this tournament victory rank alongside your other achievements, Levon? You've won Olympic gold medals, you've won the World Cup, your CV, where does this stand?
Definitely one of the crown jewels. Because I love freestyle, you know, I love the game, and to win it, to prove to myself that I can still see a thing or two.
Just a couple days ago, you were surprised to learn that you'd already secured a cool $100,000 or more. Now we double it up to $200K. What's the first purchase we're making?
I actually didn't think about it, but definitely I never won anything close to that. I think I won 100K, but never 200. So these are the new goals I should hope for.
Setting high bars, right? The expectation going forward is through the roof.
If your prize fund is less than 200 for the first place, don't bother calling me.
Levon Aronian's not interested anymore.
Straight to his head. Straight to his head.
Love it. Levon, you know, talk to us about today, coming into this matchup against Hans. There's so much that's happened in the tournament. Last time you and Hans were also here together. This very couch, you know, getting ready for the finals coming up. You had one rest day in the middle. But just so many emotions running from Hans as well, you on this big stage. Coming into the morning, what were your expectations and what was your mindset in this championship battle?
Well, Hans is a very tough opponent. He's young, very talented, very bright future for him. So I was kind of thinking, well, I'm the oldest participant, so and my friends always told me, you know, you have to beat them while they're young. So it was kind of my idea that I should be the one trying to play wrestling.
And what do you think you did better than Hans today?
Well, in the first game, I definitely didn't do anything better than him because I blundered some tactics and made a lot of blunders. But in the second game, I felt that my opening understanding was better than his, and I got a very nice position on the opening, and then I was confident, I was playing fast, so yeah, there was a moment of confidence. I felt very good.
And Levon, on the topic of your games against Hans, we are tasked here every day with choosing a move of the day. I would like to give that honor to you today. What would you say was your best move of the day?
I love that.
Maybe night before.
Night before, show it.
Yeah, like a couple of months before. It is not a blunder, but it looked good.
Best move according to
It was the best move in the position.
And you calculated everything here, you realized you were taking this pawn, and how deeply had you seen the variation after knight takes pawn here?
No, I saw that I'm going to take the. Oh, you mean night before?
Oh,
This I didn't think this is working. No, I saw that. Yeah, I think maybe 395. Yeah, G6 95.
all under control. Knight before, brilliant move, and it bagged you a decisive advantage. Good choice.
Not to get too into the weeds of the chess, but that first game ended in quite an interesting fashion, I think, for both players there. And we saw immediate conversation taking place between the two of you. Maybe you could just give us more of a personal perspective of that moment between you and Hans.
Yeah, I don't know. I hallucinated in this endgame. I somehow thought that I can't play d3 because the bishop comes back on the diagonal, but it never does. So d3 was the move to draw the game.
When we would bring the board up and just show the closing stages of that all-important first match where
Yeah.
Hans missed the chance.
And when I went d4, after g6 immediately I realized,
So D3 was the move you wanted to play.
yeah, this was the only way to draw.
And,
But this is, this bishop, opposite color bishop and games are always so tricky. You kind of feel that, oh, they're simple, yeah, I just do this and that. But there are always this kind of tricky ideas. And yeah, I was not really enjoying myself much here because I was also seeing lots of ghosts, along the way. And I was thinking, oh, all I need to do is just to take this g5 pawn and that's it. And then I was like, oh my god, king, even like if everything gets exchanged, but even with my king on d7, there's king b5. If the king gets there, there are all kinds of such signs. Even if I create kind of a blockade, there's a sign. So, yeah.
Did you spot Hans and his miswin? I know you were talking about the game afterwards.
Yeah, I told him right away that king b5 was winning. You can see king b5, e3, bishop f4, and he pronounced with the check. And Hans said maybe it's still a draw, but yeah, I thought that bishop a6 is my only chance. But yeah, of course, it's an easy one. Yeah, king f4, b7, b3, b8, king f3, and now I think everything wins. But king b5 is rather trivial. Oh, that's a draw?
Turn 5 apparently is a draw.
Well, it's not that trivial then.
Well, an illustration of the complexity of these positions and how the results can really teeter on a nice edge, and maybe you can speak to just the demands of these 5 days for yourself and the rest of these players. It really ask a lot of all. Freestyle chess is no simple beast. Change of time formats, lengthy days. It's been a lot about the freshness with which you've been able to come into the days, I imagine.
Yeah, of course. Especially like qualifying already is a huge success, I think, because I was in the group, death group, because everybody except, with all due respect, Bibisara we could tell that she's probably the person that we have to pray on, attack her. But everybody else seemed to be untouchable.
And Levon, with that, you get your first Grand Slam win in freestyle chess, a format that you love so incredibly much. And you went all in with your chess. And what better city to do it than in Las Vegas? So with this big win, I'm just wondering, what's the celebration plan for tonight?
Celebration with family. Celebration with my friends who are here, and yeah, packing and flying tomorrow to the next tournament in Saudi Arabia.
No rest for the weary, huh?
No.
But is this, I imagine, exhausting, yes, but no better way to move on to a next tournament than to come off of a tournament high?
Yeah, I think I noticed that if you play well, you're full of energy, so you don't get tired.
And were you feeling that rhythm? Because we just felt every move that you were making, of course there are blips along the way, the time format, freestyle chess, but overall it just felt like you really found your flow and your rhythm. When a player of your level, being in the elite chess for so many years, do you guys feel it that, everything's working, the stars are aligning, I'm getting this right?
Yes and no, that's the thing. When you feel that things are working out, everything is great, that's the moment you flounder. Then I've been there before. The moment of sheer confidence.
Don't get complacent, right?
Yes.
Actually, in reference to your kind of clinical closure to this second game, you did have a massive time advantage. We, of course, get the different camera angles so we can see your eyes flicking over to the clock itself. Work me through some of your internal thinking around maintaining your composure, making sure that you're sticking to your game plan versus getting, kind of pulled or sucked into maybe the way and style that Hans had to play if he wanted to find out.
Yeah, well, I saw this, I saw
I
that.
just think everyone loves you right now.
Well, I'm very grateful for all the support, and throughout the years, my fans have been very kind. And back in Armenia and in USA, I always enjoyed warmth of people, and I value them the most. So, yeah, big thank you to all of my fans and to everybody who enjoys chess, and to everybody who is contributing to making chess popular, making chess known sport.
No matter studio show to a close off of those words, but more importantly, that's because you have small business to take care of. You've got to get back out to that stage to go collect your grand prize, my friend, and we'll be out there to join you in just a minute. For those of you at home, make sure you stay tuned because the closing ceremony and the prizes for our top performers are just around the corner. We'll see you back here in just a little bit.